Hi Pisces, I'm so glad you found your way here to Swedish Dharma Tarot. My name's Christina. I'm new on YouTube, not so new as medium, luckily. Good thing that. I'd like to start, I have a script here, just a minute please. What do I like to start with? As you all know, these readings don't always resonate. Partly because they are very general, and partly because in my case I've noticed since I've been practicing to do this in front of the camera and without somebody's energy with me in the room, it doesn't resonate always. And with my readings, they seem to be very specific. I'm only doing what Spirit wants me to do. And it seems like, well, Christina, if you only reach one person out of 50 that are watching, then that's what you're supposed to do. So I say thank you and amen, and I will do as they want. But your rising sign and your ascendant, they're the same thing. Rising or ascendant can also influence your reading. So it's a good thing to know where you have it. Your rising or ascendant sign says a lot about how the outer world interprets us. And you can get a lot of information by looking at your rising signs reading. Also, another thing to keep a lookout for is the signs where you have your moon. The moon in our horoscopes tell us how we function emotionally. Another thing to keep in mind is your Venus. Venus tells us what we like, what we love, and even how we love, how we project our love to the ones that we feel are deserving. In a man's horoscope, it also says a lot about the type of woman that he appreciates. Also keep a lookout for your Mars. Your Mars, it shows us the fundamental energy resource that we have access to. It also tells us a lot about our sexuality, our relationship to money. And in a woman's horoscope, it tells us a lot about the kind of man that she appreciates. And if you're not clear on which planets you have where, I can highly recommend astro.com, because there you can get your free charts. But before you do, check out your time of birth to the minute, and of course the town. Most of us know that, but most of us have to ask Mum when we were born. Enough of that. Let's have a look, Pisces, what Spirit wants you to know for the next coming days or times. Or it's the 4th today, 4th of January 2020. Hallelujah. Goodbye 2019. What a shocker of a year it was for a lot of us. This year we're going to make a difference. So a card showing me a bit of fear fell out. So we will see what that has to tell us in the reading. I purposely don't show my my cards when I'm laying them. The Goddess Tarot by Chris Waldhare has taught me everything I know. So I'm reluctant to change. But also I lay so many cards that it would just confuse you, because I've understood by watching other videos that readers take it card by card and they show the watcher, and the watcher can draw their own deductions from that card. I prefer not to do that because I think it would just confuse you. You would feel rather overwhelmed with my 27 cards that I lay down. I don't interpret all of them. I get the vibe. I look at the general sense of the spread, and the cards and Spirit help me to work intuitively. Work is what's coming up here first and foremost for you, Pisces. Spirit is talking about work. Maybe you've even had your own business, decided to either lay down that business and have employment instead. There's been a bit of imbalance between work and business, and it's time to draw the line, they say. It's caused quite a lot of imbalance, and I think also you're on your way out of the last 7-year cycle, and that includes laying down your company and or changing your employment. I have a card here. This is the Buddha Tara. She's the Fool in my deck. And she signifies beginnings and endings. So when it comes up reversed, which it did with you, I can see and I can deduct that that's what's happening. You're on your way into your next life cycle, probably after your birthday. It's not very far away. I also see here a stable, reliable relationship. And of course, I would like to call that marriage. And I don't know if that... Oh, yes, there's a pregnancy. There's a baby on the way. I see a little daughter that's coming to the world as an ox or... as a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So, quite soon, 1 year at the latest away is this daughter. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say I'm sorry, but I'd like to ask you to be patient with me. I'm Swedish Australian, but I live in Sweden and I'm mainly used to working in Swedish. So when I work in English, I actually have to translate, which is insane, and it's really hard work. So it's also hard work looking at yourself in the camera. Anyway, I get used to it, I guess, and I hope you get used to me, and I'll make less and less boo-boos when it comes to languages. So we'll keep looking now. We've seen a baby, we've seen a happy marriage, we've seen a new life cycle taking form, and that of course could also, not could, but it will definitely entail a new baby in the family. I can't see any others here, but there are possibly other babies as well. But big transformations. I see a man here, Pisces, in an air sign, or at least strong influences of an air sign. So that would be Libra, Aquarius or Gemini. And you yourself, I get a female Pisces here, but it's important to know that it can be the reverse. You guys who've watched these videos, you know that. So maybe it's the man that's Pisces and the woman in the marriage is an air sign. Yeah, and if you're a cross watcher, well, you can be anything, but you just have to look at not the wholeness, the whole picture. I think possibly that you've lost a child earlier, maybe, hopefully, during the pregnancy. So I understand now why they talk about this new baby on the way. It's going to be fantastic, and it's important for you, both for mum and dad. I also see here, if you've been considering a move, you won't be. You'll be staying put for a while. And I also see here that either you, Pisces, or your partner, or the cross-watcher, is at the moment very, very tired. Well, at best, they're very, very tired. At worst, maybe they're quite depressed. So there are some quite heavy feelings, old pain, which we all carry around with us, but it's a good thing to get rid of once we know what it is. Then we can work on releasing it as well. But there is so much love here, so much love. But I also see that part of the solution to these heavy energies is your creativity. So the one of you in the marriage or the cross-watcher is very, very artistic. And if that artistry expresses itself in the form of music or painting or dancing or cooking, excuse me, it can be absolutely anything. But that's the key to feeling better. So often that's like a bad spiral when we start to feel tired and a bit depressed. What do? Nothing. This is the problem. And what we need to do is to access our own creativity. And it doesn't really matter what that is, if it's arranging flowers or it can be absolutely anything. And those of you watching who feel a sense of resonance with this, you know what it is you need to do. And in that way, release these heavy energies. All right, so that was it for Pisces today. But I'd like to end it all with some oracle cards. I have fabulous oracle cards. I'm so proud of them. And the first one I've had for a very long time. This is called The Path of the Soul. And it's Cheryl Lee Hamish, I think you pronounce her name. Harnish, I'm sorry, who has designed them. And she's on YouTube as well, if you'd like to check her out. But now we're going to ask the soul path, or the path of the soul, what they would like to tell you, or what Spirit wants you to know. Oh, I just realized fear fell out. I just remembered. I think that fear is partially connected with your employment and your economic situation, but taking into consideration that you might have lost a child earlier and you could very well be pregnant at the moment, I think that's the fear. But everything will be fine. And here's your life path. Or path of the soul, not your life path. It's number 42. It's quite masculine in its design and its colours. We'll see what they say. Card number 42. Fairies. Well, what do you know? You're being asked to watch for situations that may get you fired up. Remember, every experience you have is a part of your learning. If you do not find yourself in an uncomfortable situation, if you do find yourself in an uncomfortable situation, do your best to stay in the moment. Be mindful and do not allow yourself to slip back into old patterns. By staying true to who you are now, you will find the situation will resolve easily. The fairies are showing you the magic of staying present and heart-centered. At first I thought that that's not very relevant to what we looked at, but I think it is actually, because we also saw that you're on your way into the next 7 year, or some work on 9 years, life cycle. So to do that fully, we need to let go of things that no longer serve us. So getting fired up, if you're a temperamental person, maybe it's time to let go of that. And the deep connection, they say, energy is in full flow. Love is source energy. And we saw that at the end too, that even one of you is quite burdened emotionally at the moment. You have the creativity to take yourself out of there. And there is so much love there. Now I'd like to show you my other deck. This is so cool. I haven't seen anyone that uses it. It came out in September and it's right up my alley. It's called a Yogic Path. It's made by Sahara Rose. And in this deck, we find Indian deities, absolutely, but we also find our chakras, different asanas and Ayurvedic things. Did I forget something? I don't think so. Yeah, I said chakras. Let's see. What does Spirit want to tell you through the Yogic Path cards? Sita. I'm pretty sure she's a deity. She looks like this. We'll see what they say. $109. Goddess of devotion and loyalty. So nice. You have devoted your entire self to a person or project, and your loyalty can't be questioned. Even in the face of harsh treatment, you have endured in the name of love. Sita remained loyal to her husband Ram, despite being told he was dead and when another king wanted to marry her. When her husband returned, he didn't believe her fidelity. She said, "If I'm telling the truth, I will jump into this fire and will not be burned." That sounds a bit stupid. She stepped into the fire, untouched, proving that she was indeed loyal. Well, silly me then. Sita understands how much you truly care and the sacrifices you have made. You've displayed selfless devotion, which is one of the most holy things we can do. In serving those you love, you serve the divine. That's really quite mighty. Pisces is the opposite sign to Virgo, which means that they are very different in lots of ways, but they're also very similar in others. So serving comes very naturally to both the fish and a Virgo. So, and I have the sense that that's what you've been doing with your marriage, that you've been taking care of it, and through these traumatic instances of having lost a child, and now having another one, and all the love that you have to offer, all the love that's in your marriage. It's wonderful. I hope you liked the video, and if you do, thumbs up, and please subscribe. You're able to get readings with me on Skype as well, if that would interest you. And what's more in the sales pitch? Don't remember. That's not the important part. See you around. Bye.